Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you? No, you done fucked up, don't you? No, don't you?
We're undergoing a soft coup, and the idea is to create a whole new set of laws and ignore the existing human rights laws and other laws under the pretext of pandemic preparedness and the biosecurity agenda. The WHO is developing through all its nations, but with the WHO Directorate and the United States in charge, a pandemic treaty and amendments to the existing international health regulations that will remove the human rights protections currently embedded in the IHRs, will enforce surveillance, censorship, get rid of freedom of speech, require governments to censor and only push a single narrative. Also, we will be subject, if they can make this work, to vaccines developed in 100 days, which the organization CEPI is planning to do. And one of the people who founded CEPI was Jeremy Farrar, who is now the chief scientist at the WHO, to bring this forward. Other things that amendments do is to bind the states so they are no longer recommendations but enforceable edicts. Provide a liability shield, get rid of intellectual property rights, move supplies from one country to another, enforce digital passports, and the Director General of WHO can demand that a pandemic or a potential pandemic exists. He can just declare it with no standards, and then countries around the world will have to obey. Also, the WHO will tell you what drugs you can and can't use in your nation once a pandemic is declared. Obviously, the budget will increase. One Health is another part of this. One Health is a concept that was created to enable the WHO, with these documents, to take over jurisdiction of everything in the world by saying that climate change, animals, plants, water systems, ecosystems are all central to health. Also embedded in this concept is a peculiar notion that humans are no longer of greater value than animals.
No, you done fucked up, don't you? No, don't you?
On this is Dr. Omera Wan, professor at the Maryland's School of Medicine. Dr. Owan, thank you so much for your time today. But I want to start because, I mean, this seems like it marks a major shift in how previous administrations have operated compared to now. But what are the implications here?
Thanks for having me, Alex. This could really have devastating consequences when you consider what the World Health Organization actually does. You know, the World Health Organization is responsible for coordinating disease surveillance. It sets vaccine standards. It's responsible for sharing transparent data among countries throughout the entire world. So when the United States withdraws from the WHO, that risks delayed information and important responses from infectious diseases. So things like Ebola, Mpox, and even the flu. And the flu currently, remember, is surging here in America. I mean, we have nearly 18 million Americans that have had the flu, and over 9,000 Americans have died, which includes 32 children. So this is not the time for us to be withdrawing from the WHO. If anything, we should have increased surveillance and increased participation in many of these important global health initiatives.
Well, can I ask you, I mean, what was the administration's reasoning for this?
Well, the reason they cited it is because they felt that the World Health Organization mishandled the COVID-19 pandemic. They also thought that there was undue political influence with the World Health Organization. But while the World Health Organization may need some reforms, the answer isn't to just leave. I mean, I would think that we would want to reform it and to work together so that people can stay healthy. I mean, we're talking about safeguarding the health of the world and even Americans. And when we leave, Americans suffer because our health is at stake here.
No, you done fucked up, don't you? No, don't you?